As we move through life, each year brings new experiences, challenges, and lessons. Our journey is marked not just by the memories we make, but by the subtle and not-so-subtle changes that take place within us. Aging is a process that unfolds gradually, shaping us in ways we may not always notice at first. Each decade leaves its mark on our bodies, like rings inside a tree, quietly recording the passage of time. Our skin tells stories of laughter and sun, our joints remember every step, and our hearts carry the weight of both joy and sorrow. In our 30s and 40s, we're busy building careers and families. Life moves quickly, and health often takes a back seat to ambition and responsibility. We may feel invincible, rarely pausing to consider how our choices today will echo in the years to come. By our 50s, reflection sets in. We start to notice the first signs of aging. Perhaps a few aches, a little less energy, or a desire to slow down and savor the moment. It's a time when many begin to look inward, reassessing priorities and thinking about the future. But in our 60s and beyond, new changes emerge. Joint pain, blood sugar concerns, and memory lapses become common topics. These conversations, once rare, now become part of our daily lives, shared among friends and family. These aren't random, they're signs of how our bodies evolve. The natural wear and tear of decades lived, combined with genetics and lifestyle, shape our health in unique ways. Understanding this evolution is key to navigating the years ahead. It's easy to feel like your body is working against you, especially when new symptoms appear or old ones worsen. Frustration and worry are natural, but they don't have to define your experience. But understanding these changes is the first step to taking control. Knowledge empowers us to make informed decisions, seek help when needed, and adapt our routines for better health and happiness. Turning 60 isn't a switch for health problems, it's a milestone where the effects of lifestyle, genetics, and aging become clearer. It's a time to celebrate how far you've come and to look ahead with intention and hope. Our bodies, once resilient, now need more care and maintenance. Just as a cherished home or a well-loved car requires regular upkeep, so too do we need to invest in our own well-being. Think of it like a car with many miles. It still runs, but needs more attention. With the right care, it can keep going strong for years to come. In this video, we'll explore 3 common health concerns after 60. Arthritis, which can make movement challenging and affect daily life. Diabetes, a condition that requires careful management and awareness. And memory loss, which can be both confusing and frightening. We'll uncover why they appear, and most importantly, what you can do about them. Because knowledge is the first step toward action. This isn't about fearing the future, it's about empowering you to thrive. With the right information, support, and mindset, your later years can be filled with vitality, connection, and purpose. Let's begin by understanding the remarkable machine that is your body, and discover together how to make the most of every year ahead. Let's break down these 3 conditions and see how they impact our lives as we age. Each one is common, but understanding them can help us take better care of ourselves and those we love. Arthritis is a condition marked by joint inflammation. Over time, the protective cartilage that cushions our joints wears down. This leads to pain, swelling, and stiffness, making everyday movements, like walking, climbing stairs, or even opening jars, much more difficult. It can affect any joint, but it's especially common in the knees, hips, and hands. Living with arthritis often means adapting daily routines and finding new ways to stay active. Diabetes, particularly type 2, develops when the body can't use insulin properly. This hormone helps move sugar from the blood into our cells for energy. When insulin doesn't work as it should, sugar builds up in the bloodstream. Over time, high blood sugar can damage nerves, blood vessels, and organs, leading to serious complications like heart disease, vision loss, and kidney problems. Managing diabetes requires regular monitoring, healthy eating, and sometimes medication. Memory loss is another challenge many face as they grow older. It can range from simple forgetfulness, like misplacing keys or missing appointments, to more severe conditions such as Alzheimer's disease, where memory and thinking skills decline enough to interfere with daily life. Early signs can be subtle, but recognizing them is important for seeking help and support. These issues often share common roots: chronic inflammation, changes at the cellular level, and the cumulative effects of decades of lifestyle choices, such as diet, exercise, and stress management. They signal a shift in how our bodies maintain and repair themselves, making it even more important to pay attention to our health habits as we age. By understanding each condition, we gain a clearer view of the bigger picture of health after 60. Knowledge empowers us to make informed decisions and seek the right support. With the right information, we can prepare for these challenges, take preventive steps, and defend our well-being as we age. The ultimate goal is to enjoy a healthier, more active and fulfilling future, staying engaged with life and the people around us. Now let's take a closer look at what's happening inside our bodies as we age, and how these changes shape our health journey. Aging brings subtle but powerful changes at the cellular level. Some cells stop dividing and release inflammatory substances, fueling diseases like arthritis and diabetes. Hormones like estrogen and testosterone decline, leading to weaker bones and less muscle, making blood sugar harder to control. The brain shrinks in key areas, communication between neurons slows, and blood flow decreases, making learning and multitasking tougher. Our DNA repair systems weaken, so damage accumulates, raising risks for cancer and memory loss. These changes explain why our bodies and minds feel different after 60, but knowing what's happening gives us the power to respond. The next question: why does 60 feel like a tipping point? Why does 60 feel like a turning point? For many, it's the age when we start to notice changes that can't be ignored. Aches linger, energy dips, and recovery from illness or injury takes longer than before. It's a milestone that often prompts us to reflect on how we've lived and what lies ahead. These changes don't happen overnight. They're the result of decades of choices: what we ate, how much we moved, how we managed stress, and the habits we formed, both good and bad. Each year, our bodies quietly adapt, compensating for small slips and unhealthy routines. But by our 60s, the body's ability to compensate starts to wane. The reserves we once relied on are no longer as robust, and we begin to feel the cumulative effects of our past decisions. Everyday tasks may require more effort, and fatigue can set in more quickly. Genetics play a role too. Some health risks are inherited, quietly present for years, only to emerge as we age and our natural defenses weaken. Family history can shape our health journey, but it's not the only factor. Our organs gradually lose their extra capacity, making it harder to bounce back from stress, illness, or injury. What once felt like a minor setback can now take weeks or months to recover from, and resilience isn't what it used to be. The habits we built in our 30s, 40s, and 50s, whether it's a sedentary lifestyle, poor diet, or chronic stress, add up over time, compounding like interest on a debt. The effects may be subtle at first, but by 60, they become much harder to ignore. By this age, the consequences often show up as joint pain, insulin resistance, or even cognitive fog. Everyday life can feel more challenging, and health issues that once seemed distant become part of daily reality. That's why our 60s are such a critical time for health intervention. It's a window of opportunity to take action, address risks, and build new habits that can improve quality of life for years to come. The good news is, it's never too late to make positive changes. Even small steps, like eating better, moving more, and managing stress, can have a big impact, helping us feel better and stay healthier as we age. Meet Robert, a retired accountant. Years at a desk and little exercise led to knee pain and osteoarthritis, turning retirement dreams into daily struggles. Maria, a grandmother with a sweet tooth, developed type 2 diabetes after decades of sugary treats, despite feeling fine for years. David, a former teacher, began forgetting appointments and familiar routes. Early Alzheimer's was the diagnosis. These stories show that health challenges don't appear overnight, they build over decades. Joint wear, insulin resistance, and brain changes often develop silently before symptoms appear. The lesson: our choices in midlife shape our later years. Paying attention and acting early can change the outcome. There's a lot of misinformation about aging. Myth: joint pain, diabetes, and memory loss are inevitable. Reality: many people age with healthy joints, stable blood sugar, and sharp minds. Genetics aren't destiny. Lifestyle matters. Another myth: resting joints is best for arthritis. In fact, gentle movement keeps joints healthy. For diabetes, it's not just sugar. Lack of activity, excess weight, stress, and genetics all play a role. Preventing diabetes requires a holistic approach, And for memory loss, the brain can adapt. Learning new skills and staying active builds cognitive reserve. Physical exercise boosts brain health too. You have the power to influence your health at any age. 12. Building a healthier future starts with small, consistent habits. Stay active. Aim for 30 minutes of moderate movement most days, plus strength training twice a week. Eat whole, unprocessed foods, fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats, and whole grains. Fiber helps control blood sugar. Avoid processed foods and sugary drinks. Prioritize sleep. 7 to 8 hours nightly. Create a relaxing bedtime routine and keep a regular schedule. Manage stress with meditation, nature, or hobbies. Stay socially connected. Friends, family, clubs, or volunteering all support mental health. These steps reduce inflammation, support joints, balance blood sugar, and protect your brain. Once you've mastered the basics, try advanced strategies. Support gut health with probiotic foods like yogurt and sauerkraut, and prebiotic fiber from onions and bananas. Consider time-restricted eating. Eat within an 8 to 10 hour window after consulting your doctor. This can improve insulin sensitivity and reduce inflammation. Challenge your brain with new, complex activities. Learn an instrument, dance, or a new language. Supplements like omega-3s or vitamin D may help, but always consult a healthcare professional. Remember, supplements support, not replace, a healthy lifestyle. 10. Aging brings challenges, but also opportunity. It's not a disease, it's a natural part of life. With knowledge, we can influence how we age. Think of your health as a garden. Consistent care brings growth and joy. Aches and diagnoses are signals, not sentences. The years after 60 can be rich with freedom, wisdom, and connection. Every healthy choice is an investment in your future. Move forward with confidence. Your best years can be now. Celebrate your body's resilience and your power to support it. The journey of aging can be strong and joyful. Embrace the knowledge, apply the strategies, and look to the future with optimism. The map is in your hands.